If you're trying to watch a YouTube video in your vehicle's stock head unit without spending like $1,000, this device is what I use for me to actually enjoy not just my YouTube videos, but also Netflix, Amazon Prime, even HBO Max, all due to the fact that this is Android that you have running on your stock vehicle head unit without entirely replacing your entire stereo unit, spending a couple $1,000. For a quarter of that, you have all the perfect OEM experience with some additional goodies, including play like mobile games like Solitaire. How's it going, everyone? My name is Eddie, and I cover a lot of CarPlay videos in the past. And one of the most asked questions is how I'm able to do this without spending a fortune. Because believe me, I have upgraded this unit with those iPad Tesla style screens, and that thing was a nightmare because it's buggy, it's laggy, and this is so much better because I still have access to CarPlay, and it connects just like that. So originally I had a small receiver that I was using that gave my non-wireless CarPlay wireless abilities. But then they released a newer version that allows it to do stuff like this. Now this is the device right here. I just literally just unplugged it. It's the CarLink kit. And these typically go on sale once in a while, so be sure to click on the link in the video description down below and see if it's on sale. But I bought this for $200 and it retails for $300. A bit expensive, but again, when you consider the fact there's other units out there that gives you this ability, but it requires you to install a bunch of dumb hardware, wires, and take your entire unit apart to then finding out that the audio quality isn't on par to your vehicle's OEM. This is a much better route because this simply just connects to an existing USB port that you've been using to wire your phone to be used for CarPlay as well as Android Auto, because this unit does support both. So I just plugged it in right now, and in real time you'll really see how quick this device is. Now a little bit about this device while we're still waiting for the screen to pop up. Let me pop out the spec sheet right now in real time. There we go. Hit continue, hit agree, skip this step, and in a couple of seconds it'll load up, and now I got the specs. So this is operating on Android 13 and it's already running. And if I want to, I could also skip ahead and immediately go into CarPlay while it's still booting up, so it boots up really quickly. But this has 128 gigabytes of internal storage, so you can offload maps, movies, or even apps right here in that little box I was showing you earlier. And just like that, it's connected. We tap the car icon, it'll take us to the Android interface. So as stated, this does have 128 gigabytes, so you can offload maps, your music playlist, even supports Apple Music as well. If we go all the way to the very right, there it is. Game Pass doesn't work, unfortunately, but you can monitor your Xbox console if you like to install some games. And there's a built-in SIM card inside this unit that will allow you to give us LTE reception if you like to. But I don't have that. But what I can do is just launch my mobile hotspot on my main device. It will disconnect from CarPlay when you do this. And so long as you have unlimited data, all you need to do is just go into the system settings, go into Wi-Fi, select the Wi-Fi, enable Wi-Fi. It will disconnect your CarPlay, remember that, or Android Auto. Allow it to connect, and just like that we have reception. So now I could just hop on YouTube, watch my favorite YouTube videos, offload them here as well since I have a YouTube Prime or YouTube Red or whatever it's called. Go to Netflix. It goes into this full screen mode, which is quite awesome. And I could just click on anything right here and view it all on my existing OEM head unit. Tap play, and the reception speed depends on your location and your mobile device, so it depends on the carrier. But from my experience, this is extremely solid. So of course we get an ad, but now you may be wondering, how do you get off this full screen mode? You just simply slide your finger like this and tap home, just like that. And it also has access to Control Center as well. So here you could toggle Bluetooth, airplane, because technically this is a phone in your head unit. It's just powered by Android. And yes, you can plug in like a gaming console controller onto this because it does have Bluetooth built into it, as well as a wireless keyboard and mouse. And if you have an Android device and your Google account is linked to your Android phone, you could monitor your messages, your cell phone, your phone call logs right here. But since we're using Apple, we have iOS. I don't have access to this. But you can always download a bunch of your favorite third-party apps. And yes, it does have built-in GPS as well. So if you do go offline, it does have a built-in GPS with all the GPS data right here. It constantly connects to satellites and all that good stuff. I don't know how to read this stuff, but it does have GPS for offload maps if you rely on Google Maps. So if we tap maps, we'll get a full screen version of our location, set destination. It's really cool. And yes, just like Google Maps, we do have satellite view if we decide on doing that. Of course, it'll use up more data. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do with this, because if we go in settings, I like the fact that this box in particular is really straightforward comparing it against other competitors I've seen in the market. I know TikTok shops, Instagram, you've seen a bunch of like these ads of these wireless devices that will give your car this type of abilities. Those are cool and all, but I think I noticed with them is that their majority of just are from the same developer, the same company that makes them all. They're just relabeled or have like a different box outside of it from the manufacturer. This one does things a little bit differently because this one actually has a different UI than all those other ones. It's much more easier to operate. You can even change the video definition as well, but it does have some unique things, because if we go into other and boot app, you can default some apps to be the default all the time when this unit basically starts up. So if you wanted to automatically boot up YouTube whenever it boots up, you can select it from here. Or if you wanted to always automatically connect to CarPlay as soon as this boots up, or Android Auto, you can always just enable it so AutoKit is always turns on immediately as soon as the unit is powered up. But in the system section, everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. But in the display, you do have the floating button ability. By enabling this, and you tap on it once, you have the ability to operate it and activate App Switcher if one of these apps is like acting funny. You can always just do that, or clear all. Again, a lot of mobile-like features that this unit is able to provide. So once more, out of all the wireless, like Android, built-in Android devices I've used in the past, I think this one's the best one by far, because the UI itself is so gorgeous, so OEM to not just Android Auto, but the design is definitely inspired by Apple, and it's so luxurious to like use. It's very simple and easy to operate. You can launch games by simply just tapping on it just like so. Again, you could delete that little floating ball button thing if you don't like it, but it will definitely fade away if you just let it go by itself. It's gone just like that, and you have like full mobile game experiences right here on your current user interface of your vehicle, just like that. And you can just manually select the floater to go back to the home page, or again, you can just slide from here, go full page, and then just bring it up and then tap home. And of course, again, once more, you have control center as well. Takes a while to get used to, but you should get the picture. Now, the compatible devices, I've seen that it's compatible on pretty much every car model out there. That's anywhere from 2010s to like late 2020s. It will only work if your vehicle supports wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto, unfortunately. So if you have an all wireless device for a CarPlay or Android Auto, it's not going to work. For instance, my BMW X5 unfortunately does not support wired CarPlay, so it's only wireless. So because of that, this unit does not work, unfortunately. I have the complete compatible brands in the video description down below, so you can look down there and see if your vehicle is compatible as well. But other than that, I mean, like, this thing has been really solid. I even have TikTok installed in here as well. And if you want a web browser and while you're waiting in a parking lot, you have access to Google Chrome, just like this. My passengers has been entertained whenever we do like long road trips. I'll typically have Netflix or YouTube videos playing in the background while I would just listen to it while I'm driving. But it's perfect for situations where you're waiting for your spouse or somebody at a hospital or at a store for them to get done with their shopping. I can just sit back and relax and just watch my favorite like YouTube videos right here on your current vehicle display. And the audio quality all depends on your current vehicle sound system as well. So it maintains your current audio system if you have anything like decked out or subs or amplified all modified on your head unit. I have no complaint with the audio quality. It's on par to everything we see here. I can even do shorts as well on YouTube. Definitely is a great tool and great passenger entertainer as well for those long road trips. And if you're somebody who enjoys listening to podcasts, but you don't want to like grab your phone to select it, again, this is a nice substitute where you have a larger display so you can keep your eyes on the road while you're using something like this whenever you have a chance. But there you guys have it. That is CarLink Kit. I believe that's their brand. I have it linked in the description down below, so it's literally a click away, and that link will always be up to date if there's any sales going on as well. Definitely do check on it. And yes, it is an affiliate link, but again, those don't cost you anything more. It just sends a small kickback to the channel from the retailer store, basically like a small commission. So if you can use that link, I'll greatly appreciate it. Other than that, my name was Eddie, and thank you so much for watching.